Hey, it's Chubbyray live. What's going on, everybody? Chubbyray Comics live on a Monday afternoon. How you guys doing? What's going on, everybody? What's up? We feeling good? Everybody in a good mood today? I hope so. We're starting a new week. Which means we're starting off 5 live broadcasts of Chubbyray Comics. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. We go live. Always have fun. We talk about comics, which means it's going to be a good. When you talk about comics, that means it's going to be a good day, huh? Let me button my shirt up since I'm not Fabio. Obviously, I obviously have something wrong with me to where I'm not buttoning all the way, but oh well. So what's going on, everybody? How we doing? Are we ready to start? I see we got some people in the chat room. I do like having people in the chat room. I love it. I love it. Just got out of work. Now it's time for some Chubbyray Live. Thank you, Gear Grinder. Hello, Trash Can Fam. Hello, everybody. Don't forget, smash that like button. You tell them, AC. Thunder. Thunder. Another day with Chubbyray. What's good, Ray and fellow Chubbies? I love it. Yeah, what's going on, people? Howdy, Ray. Hope you're having a good Monday evening. I am. I'm ready. Time to start the week off right with Chubbyray Comics live. You know it, brother. It feels good. Hello, Ray and everybody. What's up? Hope everybody's doing good. Well, hi, Jack Solo. I think we're doing good, right? I think we're all doing fine. Everybody's ready to start the weekend, and we're going to start with our question. Our question today. Who is the must-have members? Who is the must-have members for both the Avengers and the Justice League? We're hearing there's another new run of Avengers coming, which is very exciting to me. But also, they announced the membership of the new Avengers. It's Spider-Man, Wolverine, Luke Cage, Daredevil, and Captain Marvel. Pretty good. I like that group. But are they missing someone? Aren't they missing an Avengers must-have? Am I crazy? But shouldn't the Avengers always have Iron Man? Isn't he the one who founded the Avengers? Shouldn't they always have Captain America? I mean, Captain America wasn't one of the original ones. The original ones were Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, and Giant Man and Wasp, right? Wasn't that the originals? None of the originals are in there. None of the originals are in the new Avengers. What about the Justice League? Who are the must-have members of the Justice League? That's what I want to come up with today. I want to come up with who the must-have member. Who is the must-have member? All right. I've got my pad, and I'm ready to make our note today. Must-have of our must-have Justice League members. What do they need? And by the way, I have no problem with the new members. I'm really excited about the Zdarsky book, Zdarsky and Kettle. Oh my God, their run on Daredevil was amazing. I thought it was fantastic. I really thought it was great. But it's missing some must-have members. Wes says I would add Captain America and the Thing to Zdarsky's lineup. Wasp, Ant-Man, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, and Rick Jones. Yeah. None of the originals are in there. Avengers, I always think Iron Man and Cap. Absolutely, Sean. That's what I'm saying. Who are the must-have members? It should have Iron Man. I think Batman's a must-have for Avengers, even in times like Justice League International, where the other founders were absent. You mean Batman is a must-have for Justice League? Batman, Superman, Martian Manhunter. Yeah, Batman's got to be in, right? Batman and Superman have got to be in. Ray, have you ever collected Marvel Essentials? No, I don't like black and white comics. I mean, for God, I'm not a hillbilly. I don't get black and white. Ugh, no. The Trinity feels like absolutely the Trinity is a must. Come on. Must have. Let's get our must have members. Of Avengers. And Justice League. Here we go. Who's a must have? Huh? What do you think? I want to know. Marvel Trucker Chris says Vision. He says Vision. Vision's got to be in the Avengers. Vision wasn't an original member, was not an original member, but he was in there. He's been in the Avengers for a long time. If we're talking about the teams, I feel Titans needs a version of Robin. Of course, right? Avengers would be Thor, Cap, and Iron Man. JLA, Wonder Woman, Superman, Aquaman, Batman are the must-have members. Gear Grinder says Captain America, right? Captain America. See, I thought Captain America and Iron Man. You know what I mean? I thought for sure, Captain America and Iron Man are going to be in. Hot take, Trinity is not necessary for the Justice League. They need to make appearances and they need to be there for the major events, but I don't think they're necessary for every issue and every story. Martian Manhunter should always be on the league, especially since he rarely gets a solo title. I would have to say, all right, this is just me. I'd like to hear your thoughts. I think Iron Man is a must-have for the Avengers. I think it's Iron Man. I think Iron Man has to be part of the Avengers. And I think Batman has to be part of the Justice League. If I had to pick one of each, those are my picks. Iron Man for the Avengers, Batman for the Justice League. Because if you look at the incarnations of the groups throughout the years, they've always been part of it. No Iron Man in the Avengers now feels kind of weird, feels kind of dirty. I'm thinking Spider-Man, Wolverine, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Captain Marvel. If Iron Man's part of it, I think it'd be pretty cool. I think it would be pretty cool. But oh well, I want your thoughts. Hulk is a must-have, in my opinion. If you actually look at the history of Avengers, he spent much more time off the team. And I know, but he was a founding member, but he was never really on the team because he doesn't play well with others because the Hulk his head's all messed up. With the current stuff in Marvel, the Infernal Hulk and the events of Captain America, that's why they're out. Still not sure yet what's happening to keep him off. I don't know what's going on in Iron Man. I did read the first 2 issues of Joshua Williamson's run, and Iron Man's fine. I don't know why he's not in the team other than Zdarsky didn't add him. But doesn't Iron Man pay for everything? You know what I mean? Doesn't Iron Man... The reason that I picked Iron Man and Batman is because those are the people who pay for it. Doesn't Bruce Wayne pay a lot for Justice League? Doesn't Tony Stark pay for... I'm sorry, but if you pay for it, you own it. If you pay for it, it's yours. So I think that it makes sense that Iron Man and Batman would be on the team. I'm going to put them... let me just see. I just want someone talk me out of Iron Man and Batman topping these lists. Papa John says, I think the Avengers need at least Cap or Iron Man. Both are necessary, but at least one of them is. Yeah. Chris Darwell says, personally, any Avengers team must have Captain America. I'm not really a fan of Spider-Man and Wolverine being on the team. Daredevil's one of my favorite characters, but not as an Avenger. I don't think Daredevil's never been an Avenger before, so it'll be interesting to see him on the team. So I'm interested in seeing Daredevil on the team. However, that's just because he's never been there before. But it's not an Avengers without Captain America, right? Or Iron Man. Cap needs to be on the Avengers. Batman needs to be on the Justice League. They are the leaders. Perhaps we'll find out in Armageddon why he's not there. I don't know. There's one more person to be added to the new Avengers, I'm pretty sure. Well, way better. It's going to have to be Iron Man or Captain America, right? I don't know what's going on. I have not read Captain America yet. Zuriel, Blue Devil, Blue Jay, Silver Sorceress, Triumph, Vibe, and Gypsy. None of whom would be on my Justice League team. The absolute must-haves are funding, a face leader, wild card, the brain, and a powerhouse. Absolutely. You need a brain. Who's the brain in the Avengers? Is it Peter Parker? You got Spider-Man, Daredevil, Wolverine, Luke Cage, Captain Marvel. Peter Parker would be the brain, right? You need to have they've got to have a leader and they got to have someone smart. It has to happen. Tony Stark was always both. He was always the smart guy and the leader. And Captain America was the leader and the brave guy, the one to follow. You followed Captain America. When he told you, let's do this, everybody went, yeah, Avengers Assemble, yeah. Same with Batman. Batman's a leader and he's the money. So they've got to be on it, right? Batman is not broke. Batman's not broke. Batman's not broke. No, Batman's no longer worth $70 billion. But Batman is still worth maybe $1 billion. He's still very, very... Bruce Wayne is still very, very, very wealthy, but he's no longer worth billions. After they stole his money in their Dark Designs, they stopped it. They stopped the theft from happening, and they were still able to save some money for him. So he couldn't afford Wayne Manor anymore, but he could afford... He's still got he's got Pennyworth. What's his new place called? Pennyworth something or other. So it's still pretty nice. Slasher says Daredevil was briefly Daredevil was Ronin part of the team, but he was never in as Daredevil, right? Let's get the original Human Torch of the team. It hasn't been undone. It's just they stole his money, but they didn't get everything, and he still had all his stocks from Wayne Enterprise and stuff, which has continued making money, and now he's just making new money. He was very, very wealthy, but he refuses to. He won't sell. He's not going to make anything for weapons. You know, Daredevil was an Avenger in Bendis's team. Yeah, but he came in as Ronin, remember? Wasn't he Ronin? Echo was Ronin and Hawkeye was Ronin, right? Superman tops the JLA to me, like Batman more than Superman. JLA without Superman is like a country not having nukes. Yeah. The other Avenger is a character Zdarsky's inventing, Wes says. But Iron Man is the brain. Thank you, Gracie. Or thanks, Patrick. Papa John says, I hear there's going to be an original character that doesn't exist yet. That's crazy. So Spider-Man would be the brains, but only if Peter Parker wants. Peter Parker doesn't reveal himself. You know what I mean? He doesn't let everybody know that he's Peter Parker. So that's why I have questions. I have many questions. You can replace Tony Stark Iron Man with Hank Pym or Janet or even Roberto da Costa. You could, but why would you? Because Tony Stark is the founder. He's the founder. He's the money man. I mean, he's paid for the Avengers. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Batman is sometimes an outsider over JLA. Well, sometimes, yeah. He didn't get all of it back. He didn't get it all back. He's still worth about $1 billion, but he's no longer worth. I think at one point he was worth like what, $30 billion or whatever. He's no longer worth that. Jack Soul says there should always be a Green Lantern on Justice League. Maybe the specific Lantern rotate out one arc. Hal next, John, then Kyle. I don't know. Just spitballing. Absolutely. That's why I'm having this discussion. I want to hear some spitballing. Hello. Chewy Queso says Echo was badass in Bendis's run. Yeah. But Ronin was Matt, Echo, and Hawkeye were all Ronin during Bendis's run. Mr. Negative says, I think it'd be cool to have She-Hulk, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Hawkeye, Black Widow. That would be cool. And Zdarsky's run, Zur-En-Arr had, yeah, but he was never broke. Bruce was never broke after their Dark Designs. They didn't steal all of it. They stole a ton of his money. They stole a lot of it, but he was still very wealthy. If you go to Mariko Tamaki's detective run, he still has enough money to move into a neighborhood and a nice brownstone. He still got, at that point, he had hundreds of millions of dollars, and he's gained money. He's gained money since then to where now he's up around $1 billion, which, by the way, $1 billion is a shitload. That's a shitload of money. I don't think anybody needs over $1 billion, but what do I know? Joshua says you need Jarvis. Yeah, no Jarvis without Iron Man. Come on. Go to New Avengers issue 16. He's pictured in his classic red suit with the team. Awesome. Well, I think he was part of the breakout story too. He was part of the breakout story, but he never went full time. He was always, occasionally helping out, but he never went full time Avengers. Iron Man, Thor, Giant Man, the Wasp, and the Hulk. Those are the original members of the Avengers. Batman always has a backup plan for everything, so he still has all those billions coming in. It's not under the table. Batman has a plan. He's pretty smart. Saturday morning fan, Blade was Ronin also. Look at that. A lot of Ronins out there. Okay, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I completely agree that a strong, formidable, and effective Avengers needs Tony Stark, Iron Man on the team. Yes, absolutely. So I think the Avengers have got to have it has to have Iron Man. And the Justice League must have Batman, or you're not a Justice League or Avengers. Now, does Captain America need to be on the Avengers? Because I say hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I say. Does Superman need to be on the Justice League? I want to know what you guys think. Wait, Thor could bankroll a team. Asgard has literal trolls and they love gold. Let Thor be the sugar daddy. I just wonder who's going to pay for Zdarsky's team. You know? Not the 2007 New Avengers run, the 2010 Heroic Age Fear Itself run, the fall of the original Predators run. Man, that Ronin mantle was passed around. Absolutely. Ray, I saw you read Fractions Batman Volume 1. Is that for trade paperback? Yes, it is, man. Trade Paperback Tuesday is going to be Matt Fractions Batman Daylight. That will be tomorrow's Trade Paperback Tuesday. I think Captain America does, either Steve or Sam. I can't remember the Avengers without Captain America. Hold on a second there now. Which Captain America are you talking about? Because they have been several. So is it Steve Rogers who's essential, or just the title of Captain America? Well, I would say the title. So the title of Captain America definitely needs to be there, right? Because the deal with the Avengers and Justice League is everybody's been members. Luke Cage is still mayor, right? He could probably provide resources. The city of New York is not going to be paying for the Justice League. Avengers needs a phenomenal AC, someone who can win first and second place in the same. Thank you, AC. No one needs phenomenal AC. Also, I did leave a comment on Patreon about the Hulk books you're missing. Oh, thank you. If you guys saw my Patreon exclusive video today, it's pretty good. I'm just saying. Just saying. Hello, Ray. Your room looks good. Impressive collection. Thank you, cool buddy. Appreciate it, man. Phenomenal AC. You mean they need Madrox? U.S. agent has been Captain America also, and he was in the Avengers. He was in West Coast Avengers. My thought process is they need members, but I don't think every member needs to be featured in every story. If the story arc doesn't require Superman, then showcase the lesser known. Well, that's what they're doing now. Justice League Unlimited is rotating members, so it can change. What's up, B Solo? What's going on, brother? I don't know if Sam's really been much leader in any story. So, yeah, no, Sam's been great. I read that Masters of Evil, and Sam Wilson is great in. I really enjoyed Jed McKay in the Avengers. I thought he was really good. I haven't read all of it. I'm going back and trying to read some, but I really like the Masters of Evil trade paperback. In my opinion, Cap, Thor, Iron Man should be untouchable. Should always be on the list. Lately, Mr. Terrific has been the strategist. Yes. Along with Red Tornado AI and Superman has been the leader. No one needs phenomenal AC. Thanks, Ray. Well, I need phenomenal AC. Oni Baba Yaga. Oni Baba. I love it. We got a super chat from Oni Baba, who says, explain your strategy on owning Epic, trade paperback, and Omni. Okay. Here is my strategy. I have a sickness that I have no control over, so I have to own everything. I wish I didn't have this sickness, because then I could brag about how I am not overpaying, but I am horribly overpaying. So my strategy is non-existent. Oni Baba, I don't have a strategy. I have a problem. I have an addiction. Hi, I'm Ray. I have an addiction to comics. That's how I'm going to start That's how I'm going to start the that's how I'm going to start every show. Ray's strategy is, if it exists, he should own it. Thank you. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's my strategy. I got to be honest, though. I love my Epic collections. I just love the way they look. They look so good. Look so awesome up on the shelf, you know. I'm very happy with them. And I like leaving. If you watched today's video, you noticed I left room for more Epic collections because I want to get them all. Iron Man, Captain America must have members of the Avengers. Justice League, second must-have member. Huh. Second must-have members. I like Mr. Terrific. I think Mr. Terrific would be a great member. I still want to know where Superman went. Did he go to the Absolute Earth? Did he go off to look for the I don't know. I haven't read this stuff yet. I hate those spoilers. Gary D says, my strategy is to buy. That's mine. My strategy is to buy. Buy whatever I can. Buy. And when you have questions, buy more. Thank you. We drinking coffee? About to make? Yes, I'm drinking coffee right now. Absolutely, buddy. By the way, I broke a record while working out today. I broke another record, everybody. The best time I ever had breaking 10,000 steps. Best time ever. I blew the record away. I beat it. I didn't think I'd ever beat the record. I ended up beating it by over a minute. Because I'm a badass. Wasabi says, Martian and Manhunter is a must-have. Ray, how are you? Hey, hubba. Just ordered Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1 and my Secret Warriors Omnibus comes in tomorrow, so I'm happy. That's awesome, brother. Love your new shelves. Thank you, buddy. I like my shelves. They look good, right? Patrick says too late for coffee for him. Yeah, coffee doesn't wake me up. It just relaxes me. I think there should always be a Flash and Green Lantern, right? There's got to be come on, there's got to be a Flash. Right? and a Green Lantern. It doesn't necessarily have to be Hal Jordan, but I think the Justice League has to have a Batman and it's got to have a Batman and a Superman, right? Batman, Superman, Mr. Terrific, Flash, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. Right? I think every incarnation of the Justice League should have those people. Slasher says Mr. Terrific should not be on the list before the Trinity, but I do think he could be there. He's a great character. I like Mr. Terrific. All right, my second pick for must-have Justice League. Superman. All right, so Avengers, we got Iron Man, we got Captain America. How do we feel about Wolverine? I think the new Avengers by Brian Michael Bendis, I thought one of the best things he did was put Wolverine on the team. I thought he was fantastic. Wolverine fought with the Avengers Avengers versus X-Men. Remember? Wolverine fought with the Avengers. You know? If the JLA were led by Mr. Terrific and Mr. Miracle was his co-leader, would every meeting be led by Mr. Mister? Who sings lead on Broken Wings? Take these broken wings, learn to fly again, and learn to live so free. Won't you take these broken wings? I remember that song. I liked when Jessica Cruz was on the team. Yeah, there just has to be a Green Lantern. It doesn't have to be Hal Jordan or John Stewart or Kyle Rayner or Guy Gardner or Simon Baz or Jessica Cruz. I think there just has to be one of them. What about Spider-Man? Do you guys like Spider-Man on the Avengers? Because I do like Spider-Man on the Avengers. You know what I mean? Ray, what's your top 10 must-own DC books by character? I could do a video of that. I'm doing a video of books every fan must own. I am doing that one. I'm doing a video though. But I'll give you a hint. The hint is Under the Red Hood. Everybody should own the Under the Red Hood Deluxe Edition. Everybody should own it. It's amazing. Gracie says, lock in Wonder Woman. AC says, I love Mr. Terrific. So cool to see him get some shine in that Superman movies. I thought he was the greatest character. In the Superman movie by James Gunn, I thought Mr. Terrific stole the movie. I thought he was fantastic. He was great. And that's what I think James Gunn got that right. If it's a Justice League movie, it's got to have Mr. Terrific. How about Hawkeye and that Avengers team? Well, I think Hawkeye's been a great character to the Avengers. In the comics and, by the way, in the movies. I think he's been a great character in the movies, too. You sure are lucky the phone lines are open. Phone lines they're open. I just haven't put the number up. Wolverine being on the Avengers is nice in doses. I like him to move around. Well, because he's always on the X-Men. I mean, Wolverine is on X-Men. He's on X-Force. He's in the Avengers. I mean, he's in everything. Papa John says, I love Wolverine in the Avengers, but he's not a must-have. I associate him more with the X-Men. Wolverine started the AVX fight lying, saying the Phoenix is bad on Earth when it was on Earth. X-Men characters belong on the X-Men, and that's it. Thank you, Patrick. I'm not so. I would never make a statement like that. Wolverine was not created to originally be an X-Men. Apparently, he was created for the Hulk. Wolverine was first a member of Alpha Flight, right? He was first a member of Alpha Flight before he was ever a member of the X-Men. He was a Canadian hero. Another super chat. What about all the absolute editions? You getting them all? Yes. Absolutely. And what am I, a farmer? Of course. Of course, Oni Baba. You know me. I've got to get all the absolute editions. Come on. That video's coming. That video's coming. All those absolute editions. That'll be going out to Patreon exclusive. That's literally the X-Men's identity, being a mutant. Mr. Terrific has awesome technology. He sure does. I love it. Ray, make sure everyone can hear the call, just not you. Thank you. So you don't want people to hear me. Got it. Check. Got it. Oh, well. I'm just saying, Spider-Man and Wolverine have been great members of the X-Men. They really have been. They were great during the Bendis run. All right, I'm ready to select the third member for the Justice League. This member must be on every Justice League incarnation. Green Lantern. Green Lantern. Now, who is the next oh, I couldn't answer. Sorry. I tried to hit the button. I didn't answer it in time. Call again. Who's the next Avenger? Who's the next must-have Avenger? Wes says, I'm not big on Spider-Man being an Avenger, but it works sometimes. I love discussing who the must-have members are. Hello, you're on Chubbyray Comics.
Got me calling in twice like a farmer. What's up with that?
Sorry, I need people to obey my rules.
Are you just assembling the OG Avengers and OG JLA? Because that's what it seems. The list is looking pretty.
I'm just
pretty normal
to come up with our must-haves.
Well, I mean, it's like we're getting our bare bones basic members here. I mean, where's the wild cards? Where's the Chubbyray exclusive member choices? You know?
Oh, they're coming. But you're going to see more. You're going to see. I think you're going to see wild cards on the Avengers more than you will see wild cards on my Justice League. Because the Justice League, I mean, come on. Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Flash, Aquaman. Come on, they're gimmies for the Justice League.
All right. You know who belongs on both teams?
Who?
I'm gonna surprise you with this one. You know what character can be on both teams?
Which one's that?
Step record breaking Chubbyray. That's who.
That's right. Chub Man. Yep.
Radio Man.
Wasn't it Chub Man and Puggin?
I don't remember.
I don't
remember.
So Chubbin or whatever the hell. I forget what the name was.
I think it was Gracie Patrick said that the X-Men mutants is the whole thing. Juggernaut's on an X-Men team. He's not a mutant. I'm not arguing against him. I'm just saying that there's people on teams who don't really flow with the like that's the wild card.
Yeah.
But
I think I got to be honest.
What?
I'm gonna put a name now.
Oh.
I'm gonna put a name on the Avengers team.
Okay.
All right. Here is the name of must-have, and I think this will be controversial.
I'm gonna give you some pushback on it no matter what. I guarantee you.
Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a must-have on the Avengers.
What are you doing?
Spider-Man, dude. I thought Brian Michael Bendis' Spider-Man or his Avengers was great. I loved Spider-Man being on the Avengers. I loved Spider-Man on there. And I think Zdarsky's gonna use Spider-Man great.
Wasn't it Spider-Man who knocked Wolverine out of the tower when he was checking out Mary Jane?
I certainly don't remember what was going on there.
I remember when Parker was on the Avengers. It was really cool because it was like the real world because you had all the superheroes living in Avengers Tower, and that was one of the cooler parts of it because like how are all these dynamics going to get along together? How that was the best part of it. For me personally,
I liked it, and then of course, One More Day had to ruin all that. But
yeah, that's a shame. But don't Peter Parker can do his intelligence thing. He can get his maxing out his near Reed Richards intelligence when he's like. Because Wolverine and Daredevil both know his identity, don't they?
Yeah. Well, there are people that have figured it out since One More Day. Reed Richards knows.
Yeah.
And Johnny Storm. I think the whole Fantastic Four knows.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But if somebody else finds out, they can't remember it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know who else knows. But
how do you feel about Luke Cage?
Fantastic Four know.
How do you feel about Luke Cage being on the Avengers? I'm not.
I like there's characters. In fact, Luke Cage is probably the next name I'm going to put on there. I think.
Why?
Because I like Luke Cage. I thought Luke Cage was a great member of the Avengers last time. I really think he was great.
I think Spider-Man being on the Avengers it puts them at a disadvantage because Peter Parker has like this moral compass that's like strictly street level. And like he's always looking out for other people. I've never really seen him take on like global threats. Like he was even useless during the Null invasion. Like that was a global threat, and Parker was just on the sidelines doing just like rescuing little people. I think Peter Parker's amazing. I think Spider-Man is one of the greatest superheroes. I think he's my number one.
There's nothing wrong with rescuing little people.
No, not at all. But I mean, we're talking about like celestial threats here. I mean, what's the web gonna do?
I don't know, but he's part of the team. So maybe
I don't know, but I'm not changing my pick.
Celestial events where it's just Iron Man and Wolverine and Thor doing it, but
yeah, I
do like Spider-Man being there.
About Batman and Superman, I don't think those are essential because there's like how many different soups and how many different like bat families you can easily replace Batman with Nightwing any day of the week, and the JLA will be just as good, if not better.
Well, I think as they proved in Absolute Power, the best part of Absolute Power coming out in Omnibus, in what, July or whenever that is, When
and
that
you can get it at Crooks Bandits.
you guys will see it. Nightwing becomes the leader of the DC universe. He takes over. He becomes leader of the whole DC universe. And
Yeah, I remember he kicked ass in that, but
it's awesome. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Squint says Spider-Man can do crowd control.
That's the same thing as what Wesley's trying to argue for Martian Manhunter being on the team.
Well, Martian Manhunter is a great addition, actually.
Only if you need someone to do guard duty. Hey, Martian Manhunter, we're going to go on an adventure. Stay here and watch the base.
Chris says, I agree, Luke Cage. Daredevil and Spider-Man work better as street-level heroes, where Luke Cage is the mayor. He's the mayor of New York City right now.
Well, then he could fund it.
Well, but the city wouldn't be able. The city of New York cannot fund the Avengers. They don't have the tax base. Or all the wealthy people have done what they can to get out of paying taxes, so they don't have the money for it. Tony Stark has the money for it.
Do you really think that Wonder Woman and Thor are essential members of the team?
I think Wonder Woman is. Just like
I'm trying to think of like,
I think Wonder Woman and Aquaman, because they're royalty from another country, I think they're sort of gimmies.
Yeah.
Where Thor doesn't really represent Asgard. He's just sort of there. And he's never really stepped into a leadership role. He's just sort of there.
He didn't really lead Asgard when he led it. He just kind of was there. He was just kind of like
he's not much of a leader.
No. Wesley says that Martian Manhunter can shapeshift, so why don't we just go ahead and put Mystique on the Avengers then?
Yeah. For Wes.
There you go, Wes. You can't have the Martian Manhunter, but you can have Mystique.
Nightwing was Batman on the Justice League after Final Crisis. Yeah. I think Nightwing's, Nightwing's a great hero. He'd be.
If Batman's on the team, is Robin on the team as well?
No, this isn't the goddamn Super Friends. No.
Come on. I want the twins in there too. Come on.
No, but I loved when one of the Wonder Twins showed up in the Aquaman trade paperback, volume 1.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was phenomenal. I love when, what's her name, Zan showed up. That was really cool.
Didn't one of them show up in the DC versus Vampires at the very end?
I didn't read DC versus Vampires, so I don't know.
That was really good. I highly recommend that book. DC versus Vampires and Deceased are one of the best Elseworld stories. If you look for that horror genre, they're so good.
Well, I'm not a fan of Elseworlds. I mean,
really?
No, I don't read Elseworlds.
Why not?
I'm not a fan.
All right.
I'm not a fan. Right. Sorry, Tuesday.
It's all good. All right, I'm gonna leave you to your list, brother.
All right, buddy. Thanks for calling, as always.
Of course. Take care.
I love when Tuesday calls. Tuesday always makes he always makes good comments. Always makes good comments. Ray put Squirrel Girl on the list. Oh, I will not be putting Squirrel Girl on the list. Ray, were you disappointed when your chair with your name on it? No, my chair was not in the. Chubman did not make the Avengers Doomsday movie. New Hulk Omnibus so good. I stayed out of work and read it. Awesome, dude. How about Wonder Dog and Gleek? You need to show up to work, South Force. Dude, nothing wrong with taking a day off to read comics. Absolutely. He might as well put Squirrel Girl on there since he put Spider-Man. How dare you? How dare you? Chubman will return in Avengers Secret War. Chubman and Puggin. By the way, I'll have a review for X-Men Inferno Omnibus tonight in the Discord. Awesome. By the way, I finished X-Men Decimation. I did finish X-Men Decimation. I've heard a lot of people shitting on that book. It's not that bad. It's not good. It's not great, but it's not bad. There are definitely some highlights in it. There are some highlights. So we'll leave it at that. All right, must-have members. We got Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man on the Avengers. We need a fourth member. Batman, Superman, Green Lantern. We need a fourth member for Justice League. I'll tell you, I'm going to tell you, Zdarsky got something right. Zdarsky's doing something right. Captain Marvel needs to be on the Avengers. I agree with Captain Marvel being on the Avengers. I agree. Just like Aquaman must be in the Justice League. He represents a whole other nation. So he's got to be there, right? Come on. Papa John agrees with Captain Marvel. I like Carol Danvers as one of the absolutely. 100% agree about having Captain Marvel's great. Which version of Captain Marvel? Well, Carol Danvers. I think Carol Danvers has to be on. In fact, she's on Avengers now. She's basically got to stay on. All right, who else on the Justice League? By the way, Justice League, no surprises so far in the Justice League because we just added Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. And we just added the Flash. Justice League's going with, there's the 6 core people. Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Flash. There's the 6 core. Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel. Shall we go with a wild card? Luke Cage. Got to be Luke Cage. I thought Luke Cage being a member of the New Avengers during Brian Michael Bendis' run was fantastic. He gives a different perspective. He's level-headed. And he's fearless. I thought he was great. I love Luke Cage. So we got 6 Justice League members, 5 Avengers. Let's add a 6th Avenger. Okay? A 6th Avenger to the team. Now we've got big heroes. Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Luke Cage. Most powerful member is Captain Marvel, and then Iron Man, then Captain America. But who else is super powerful? Do we put Thor on the Avengers? Do we put Hulk on the Avengers? They need someone very powerful. Black Panther? Black Panther would be great. Crazy. Patrick says, put Black Panther over Hulk. Black Panther. Wes says Black Panther. Frederico says Doctor Strange. Boy, Doctor Strange. I'll tell you one of the best, what I loved about Uncanny X-Men by Kieran Gillen was they put Namor on the team. Namor was a fantastic member of the X-Men. He was a great member. But that's why he's going to be a great member of the Avengers. We put Black Panther on. All right, here we go. Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Luke Cage, Black Panther. Then you got Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Flash. All right, I'm going to go. I got to go with the brains. Mr. Terrific in the Justice League. Mr. Terrific. Definitely going in the Justice League. The Avengers. The Avengers needs somebody powerful. Somebody to hold their own against like galactic threats. You know what I mean? Celestial events. We got Captain Marvel, but do we need something more? Do we need Thor? Tuesday says Silver Surfer. Do we need Silver Surfer? Oh my God. Silver Surfer would be awesome. Would the Silver Surfer being on the team be cool? I think he would. I think the Surfer could be very cool. Or do we go smaller? Do we go Black Widow? Do we go Hawkeye? Do we go Daredevil? You know, Daredevil has knowledge about the law. That helps. Captain Planet. Who do we need? Next Tuesday goes Wasp. I don't see the Avengers needing Wasp. I really don't. She-Hulk, power and law knowledge. That's by Squints. I'll tell you what, Squints. That's hard to deny. It's hard to deny that, buddy. All right, here we go. Next member of the Avengers, She-Hulk. She-Hulk. That's not bad. That's not bad, buddy. Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Mr. Terrific on the Justice League. Who else needs to be on the Justice League? Is it Vixen? Is it Black Lightning? Is it Firestorm? Who's it going to be? Is it Zatanna? What about Hawkman? I love Hawkman. What about Adam? What about Green Arrow? That'd be pretty cool. That would be cool, man. That would be awesome. We're going to do teams of 8. We got 7. 7 Justice League. 7 Avengers. 7 Justice League, 7 Avengers. Who's going on? Who else needs to be on? My final list. My final list. Who is the eighth member going to be? We've got the brains of the team. We've got the leaders of the team. Let me figure it out. Patrick says, throw that Avengers list away. Let's give him a hand for Super Chat. Thank you, Patrick. Throw the Avengers. You don't like the Avengers list? You don't like the Avengers list? Oh, my heavens. Which team of these two teams is more powerful? Which one do you think would be more powerful? This Justice League team or this Avengers team? I'm interested. Is Green Arrow needed? Is Hawkeye needed? Or is Thor needed? Or how about we go with a wild card? Why don't we just go with a wild card? All right? Give me a wild card. Someone you're not thinking. Somebody that nobody's thinking of. It's got to be somebody good. Wes says Thor deserves to be there more than Luke Cage. I think Wolverine deserves to be. Wolverine's not going to die. All right. I'm going to give you my final members. I want to make the team the most powerful. I want to make these teams the most powerful they can be. So I'm going to write down my final members, okay? I'm writing down my final members to make them the most powerful team they could be. For starters, the Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Luke Cage, Black Panther, She-Hulk, and Wolverine. And for the Justice League, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Mr. Terrific, and Power Girl. Power Girl. There you go. These are my now have them fight head to head. Now we have these two teams fight. Who's going to win? Who's winning that fight? Who's going to win that fight? I think it's Justice League. I think there's no doubt the Justice League. Patrick says Green Arrow should be. I know, but so should Hawkman. Next Tuesday goes between those two teams. JLA would slaughter the Avengers. All right. What if we replace Spider-Man with Thor? Now you got Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, Wolverine, Luke Cage. That's a pretty powerful team. But I like these teams. But let's face it, Superman himself could wipe out the Avengers. Hawkman works best in JSA. Although I do like him in Justice League. Yeah. Answers, have you read Poison Ivy? No, I've heard this G. Willow Wilson one's really good. I haven't read it yet. Raul says, not if the Avengers have a green rock or magic. Strange. Doctor Strange should be on that Avengers team. Justice League wins. I don't think they have kryptonite on it, says Papa John. Thank you. The Atom's a threat to Superman. Then if the Wasp's on the team, she could she could somehow manipulate Clark. On the Hawks, I associate Hawkgirl more with the league than Hawkman, as I grew up with the cartoon. Well, I'm going, if you go to the 70s Bronze Age Justice League, that Justice League was always, it was always Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, Aquaman, Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Green Arrow, Black Canary. It was just too big. Adam. Yeah. Ray, biggest reason why you prefer trades omnibuses over singles? I like reading an entire story. I don't like reading a story and then having to wait a month to read the next part of it. I like reading entire stories. That's there you go. There's the biggest reason why I prefer collected editions over single issues. I want to read it all. I want to read it all. I don't want to have to wait. That's why. There you go. There you go. No big surprise. You know what I mean? No big surprise. Oh, by the way, guys, I got my surgery date. Is July 1st. So no show on July 1st. That's a Wednesday. There will be no Chubbyray Comics live show on that day. Because Carl says, Ray, do you look at the community page post? I can't use Discord. Do I look at the community page? Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I do. Why, Carl, did you just post the pic? Carl posts pictures. Let me see what he did. What do we have? Carl likes to post pictures up there on the community page. I have on my phone, I could see him. See, Discord, I could show them on the shows. That's why I prefer Discord. But by the way, here's the other big news, guys. Here's the other big news. Are you ready? Would anyone like to discuss how many subscribers that this page now has? Because Chubbyray Comics now has 5,021 members. We topped 5,000. Holy shit. I got to tell you, I am shocked. I'm shocked that we top 5. It blows my mind. It blows my mind, but Chubbyray Comics now has 5,021 new members. Wow. We're over 5,000. My mind is blown. I'm just blown away by that. It is unbelievable. I never thought that was possible, guys. Never thought it was possible. $5,000 subscribers. Holy crap. Thanks, Squints. Gary D. Thank you, buddy. Oh, thanks, Wes. Wasabi. Thanks, guys. Pretty cool. I'll tell you what, it's pretty cool. It is it's very cool. Next Tuesday says, what procedure am I having? Sorry if it's too personal. All right. Yeah, here's the surgery I'm getting. My surgery is, you guys know, I used to weigh in 2019. I got up to like 500 and some odd. I never got to 600, but I got to 560 or 570. I got way up there in weight. And that's when I started working out, was 2019. And I had to work out and I had to lose 200 pounds before they could even consider giving me surgery. So now I'm down to like 260 pounds, but in losing all my weight, I've got a bunch of skin. I got a bunch of flabby skin at the bottom. So, and it's causing, it's causing my back to hurt. And also it's causing me to fall down all the time. Because it's thrown off my, another super chat. Thanks, Ant. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. How many issues do I read a day? I just finished X-Men Decimation. That was an omnibus. I started last week, so I got that one done. And I'm just about to finish. I'm about 2/3 of the way through. I'm about 2/3 of the way through Kieran Gillen's Star Wars, which, by the way, is fantastic. So I'm going to finish my second omnibus. I read about an omnibus a week and a paperback. And I constantly read. I'm constantly reading. I'm constantly thumbing through an Epic collection or a DC Finest. And I'm considering buying DC Infinite or Marvel Unlimited. I'm considering it. I haven't made the decision yet, but I'm considering it. It's a good question, Ant. Yeah, but the other thing is that Carl's been over, and like when I stand up, my balance is all messed up, guys. So I lean forward a lot. So that means when I'm walking, sometimes I just fall. Like I'll walk up my porch and my weight will take me, it just will throw off my balance. And I've broken 2 pair of glasses and I've broken my nose twice. And I've cut my forehead and my eyes, blackened my eyes because I fall into this brick wall. So it throws off my balance. And so what they need to do is they gotta take this flab of skin off down here. So I'm going in for something called paniculectomy or something. I don't know. It's when they're going to take off all that skin. There's skin and fat and all kinds of stuff they got to take off at the bottom. So, which will be great. It'll be great when it's done. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to. So that's what I'm going in for surgery for. Oh, thanks, Carl. Appreciate it, brother. Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Kind of pointless debating Justice League members, teams, LP West. Pretty much every hero and some anti-heroes have been on the team. Find a history with almost any hero character on the. Yeah, the Justice League Unlimited has a forever rotating. They have a forever rotating roster, which I think is cool. But it's not going to be there forever. That won't be forever. Who would I like to see it? What would be for me? What would be an interesting team? I'll tell you what would be an interesting team. I think Batman, Green Arrow, Power Girl, Flash, Zatanna would be a really cool team. Batman, Green Arrow, Power Girl, Zatanna, and Flash would be a really good team. And I think you need Mr. Terrific, and Mr. Terrific too would be a very cool team. Because you're thinking not just of the powers, but the personalities, you know? And I would love how Green Arrow and Batman would fight. And I think if it's Barry Allen, I think Green Arrow and Flash would go back and forth too. And I like Power Girl being the most powerful member on the team. I think that would be a really interesting. I think it would be a very interesting dichotomy. I like that. I do like the possible interactions between those characters. I think would be really interesting. You know what I mean? I think that would be really cool. I think Wes says, if you could add one Legionnaire to the Justice League, who would it be? Oh, well. Probably Cosmic Boy. Because I got to tell you, anybody who's ever read the Legion of Superheroes, if you've ever read the Legion of Superheroes, we talk all the time about the great leaders, about how Batman's a great leader and Nightwing's a great leader. The greatest leader in the history of team comic books. No doubt about it. The greatest leader in the history of team comic books is Cosmic Boy. Cosmic Boy, Rock Kryn, is by far the greatest leader, and I love Nightwing. But it would not be Bouncing Boy ever. No. I love Nightwing, but Rock Kryn would be a great addition, and he would come in as leader. He is such a great leader. But you only know that if you've read the Legion. But by the way, Brainiac 5 would of course be the smartest member. Because Brainiac 5 is the smartest all-time member. I don't need your sass. We don't need your sass, Wes. Or Saturday morning Stone Boy. Stone Boy has never even been in the Legion. Stone Boy has been in the Legion of Substitute Heroes. He's not even good enough to make the real Legion. We don't need pretenders. We don't need pretend heroes. We need real heroes. By the way, Far Center says, I love Power Girl being on the Justice League as well, but you could say many of the heroes have a history in the team. That's all I was getting at. Even Black Adam and Lex Luthor. Yeah. Imagine being that's why the Legion of Superheroes is the superior comic book. Superior comic book. This nerd calls Cosmic Boy by his government name. Yikes. Somebody get Garth Rands and Imra Ardeen so they can spot the snitch. I love it. LP, I love the Legion of Superheroes. Next Tuesday says, speaking of Legion, put Legion on the Avengers. No, Legion's a horrible hero in Marvel. Horrible hero. Matter Eater Lad. No. Nobody needs Matter Eater Lad. I call heroes by their civilian names all the time. Thank you. Legion comics are fun. Yes, I love the Legion of superheroes. By the way, I was talking to Carl this weekend. He was talking about best starting point for Legion. Best starting point for the Legion for anybody who wants to get into the Legion. The best starting point would be, the DC Finest is a great starting point. It's a great starting point. The first part of it's not very good, but it is a good starting point to learn what's going on. And the last fourth of this DC Finest book is freaking excellent, man. It is really, really excellent. I mean, it's very good. So a lot of people reading this Legion book, this is a great place to start. It's a great place to start, in my opinion. They're starting to release DC Universe Infinite Ultra. When I have the money, I'll pick up that DC Finest and see what all the fuss is about. Oh, the Legion is fun. The Legion is a lot of fun. Ray, you don't love the Legion. You love the disco costume era Legion. High collars and unitards galore for no reason. I do. I love. Are you kidding? I love the new costume Legion. Yes. I thought the new costume Legion was great. But I loved the stories. I love the stories written by Carrie Bates and Jerry Conway. Jim Shooter. Paul Levitz. I love that. Oh my God. I love those stories. I'm a big fan of Bronze Age Legion. Really big fan of Bronze Age Legion. Papa Johnson's Ray, you're the first person who's ever actually sold me on Legion. I will look into getting. Yeah, you got to get that. It's the greatest starting point for Legion of Superheroes. Jeff Johns, Superman and Legion is great. Yeah, Superman and Legion of Superheroes by Jeff Johns is great, but it takes place after all that's previous stuff. I'm just saying that previous stuff is really good. I'm also interested in checking out the Legion Omnibus that's coming out later. Yeah, that's not because the Legion is. I was going to do a video about this. The Legion of Superheroes Omnibus that's out there. If you could have asked, literally, if you could have asked anyone who's created the Legion, where's the worst place to start the Legion of Superheroes Omnibus? 5 years after is the single worst. It's the single worst starting point. I have no idea why that's what they picked. I have no idea why they picked the 5 years after, because that is not a true representation of the Legion. It's just not. It's just not. Wes says, haven't the Legion been rebooted? Hasn't the Legion been rebooted 4 or 5? So the original Legion of Superheroes is the Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes stuff from Superboy comics. I mean, they were in Adventure Comics, but then they were in Superboy comics, and they changed the name of Superboy to Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. All right, everyone, let me answer the phone. Let me answer the phone. Hello, you're on Chubbyray Comics.
Hello. Okay. So I don't think I heard you bring up Shazam for the Justice League team.
Bring up Shazam?
Uh-huh.
I did not bring up
I
Shazam.
don't even think he was so much as even mentioned
I went with
or
Power
even
Girl.
considered.
I went with Power Girl instead of Shazam.
Why though? He's so cool.
Yeah, Shazam. Shazam is the most misunderstood hero in the history of comics, in my opinion.
I also think just as a counterpart to Superman, he's interesting. The idea that he looks up to Superman, and then his powers being magic-based as opposed to being him Kryptonian is interesting.
No, I think I think that Captain Marvel's a great hero, but he's been misunderstood. He's never been written correctly. Jeff Johns came close, but no, it's yeah, they never he's never been understood or written properly. In my opinion, I think there's so much potential for greatness for that character, but they've never got it. They've never found it. You got to remember
how old he is.
You got to remember, Billy Batson is a teenager. He's a teenager who gets powers.
Yes.
And he turns into a heroic superhero. He turns into this powerful being. But he's still, in his mind, he's still an underdeveloped teenager. Ask yourself, what would you do if you were an underdeveloped teenager who just got these powers? What would you do?
Yeah.
And nobody has ever gotten that.
Okay.
No one's gotten it. And I would love to see someone write it properly. But there are so many mistakes. There are so many mistakes that he would make, and no one ever gets that. They never talk about all the bad things that would happen from this person being given powers.
Who would you choose to write a Shazam one-off storyline?
Oh, anybody?
Anybody.
Donnie Cates. Donnie Cates.
Okay.
I would say Donnie Cates, have fun with it, man.
Being as he is,
I think Cates has the sensibilities of. I think there are so many bad things that he would unintentionally do. I don't think he would never, because Billy Batson's a decent person. He would never go into it with a bad heart. I don't think he's not an evil heart, but I think a lot of mistakes would be made, and no one ever jumps into that the way they should. I think that there's a lot of I think there would be some great stories that could come from that, and they never do it. I would love to see the mistakes because when you're a prepubescent teen, you're he's right around puberty age. Imagine the mistakes he'd make just with girls and with imagine all that stuff. Imagine money, his understanding, he doesn't have a developed brain at this point. They say your brain doesn't develop till you're 25. Well, Billy Batson's what, 14, 15?
Something like that.
Yeah. So imagine the mistakes he would be making by either overdoing it, underdoing it, or being tricked. Imagine Lex Luthor, if he can manipulate a 14-year-old kid who is unlimited in power.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And nobody's ever played with that. I would love to see a writer play with that. And then, of course, he would feel bad, so he would have to fix it.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a story there. There's got to be a story there. Somebody needs to write it. They need someone with some balls to write a great story. I think Donnie Cates would do a great job.
On the topic of team ups too, seeing as like the Super Sons don't work anymore because they aged up Superboy, could you do a Damian Billy Batson team up?
Oh, yeah, I think, yeah, because Damian's definitely more mature than Billy Batson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, you could do Super Sons with Shazam, with Captain Marvel and Robin. I would love to see that
Mm-hmm.
actually.
I think, and then it still works because Billy Batson still, as a character, looks up to Superman. So it's still that like one looks up to Superman, one looks up
Yep.
to Batman dynamic.
Yeah, I think that's a character that is still just he's underwritten. And I think somebody could have
Yes.
some real fun with it.
And I think because of how popular Super Sons was, I think they could easily use a like Robin, Captain Marvel team up book to springboard and launch a solo Shazam book.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he's a character ever since I was a kid. He would make appearances in the shows, but he was never like the main character. And I was always like, oh, this guy's awesome because he's a kid with Superman's powers. I always thought that was awesome.
I mean, even in the sliding time scale of or the sliding timeline of DC Comics, Billy Batson is probably, let's see, he used to be like 12 or 13, but now he's probably 17 maybe now.
Mm-hmm.
So just think about it. He's still not old enough. He's under 25. His front cortex is not fully developed. There's a lot of mistakes to be made. So I would love it if somebody would play with that more, you know.
Yeah, and especially like let's say he is around 14 to 16. Robin, like Damian Wayne Robin has been very slowly aging throughout the years. So it wouldn't even hurt to age him up one year to like either of them to age them up a year just so they'd be like the exact same.
I think he's around, I think Damian Wayne's almost 15 now, right? I think he's
something like that.
Yeah, right around 15. But let's see, Bruce Wayne's talking about how Damian's so smart that Gotham University is offering him early transmission or early, not transmit, but early admission to get into college.
Yeah.
So I think that would be interesting to see. He's so mature for his age, and Billy Batson is still not mature. He's still sort of
It'd be a very fun dynamic.
Yeah, I think I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
Good what would you call that book?
And who is this?
What would you call that book? This is Wasabi. Oh. So what would you name that book?
I think Super Sons. I think Super Sons I think call it Super Sons.
Really?
But just keep it Super Sons, but change the heroes or change out Jonathan Kent for Billy Batson. I would love to see that.
Okay.
I take it back because he's not a son, so you couldn't go Super Sons.
No, yeah.
But I'm just saying that's a way to describe.
Yeah.
That's a way to describe what the book is. I don't know, man. I don't know. Somebody else would have to come up with a name for it, but
yeah,
I would love to see it. Or maybe Saturday Morning says call it Young Justice, but put Shazam or put Captain Marvel on the team. I'd love to see that.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Good call. I like that one. Doesn't Billy have the wisdom of Solomon? Isn't Solomon really, really old? It's 15-year-old Solomon in Billy's brain. Well, hello, you're on Chubbyray Comics Live.
Hello, Raymond. How are you?
Hello, I'm good.
That's good.
What's going on, brother?
I have a few questions for you. I'm disturbed about some of the things you said earlier today.
Go ahead and ask your questions, LP. Is this LP?
This is Ignatius Philip with a T, not a PF. That's pretentious. Really. Anyway.
Yes.
My question for you is, do you believe that your lack of love for the stories, all of which are beautiful, by the way, involving the Legion of Superheroes exploits in the 5 years later era might be somewhat explained by your love for the classic stories from your childhood, even though the 5 years later stories are clearly meant for adults.
Well, yeah. No, I don't dislike 5 years later stories. I'm saying it's a terrible place to start. So what I'm saying is, why would you put out the 5 years later first? It's a terrible idea for DC Comics to try to get people in the Legion. It's a terrible way. If you don't know all of the history, it makes no sense to read those books. So that was my point. I don't hate those stories. Keith Giffen, Tom and Mary Bierbaum, they wrote some great stories. I wasn't a fan of Keith Giffen's art. I was not a fan of the art in 5 years later, but the stories are good. But if you don't know the history, they don't make sense. I'm saying it's a terrible place to start. And I feel bad for people who say, oh, I want to get into Legion, so I'm going to read this, because they're probably going, what the hell is this? They don't even know what it is.
But the thing to be said,
I like Keith Giffen, by the way. I do like Keith Giffen. I don't like his art in 5 years later.
Well, you've made your opinion of his art, especially once he changed styles around the late 90s, I believe.
Yeah.
It took some getting used to once you were in. At least in my case, I was in. But of course, my brain was developed. Anyway, my point for you is, well, 2 points. One, you're very, very wrong. You should do something about that. Two, although I respect your opinion,
yes,
I would really appreciate it if you would reconsider all the things that you've done wrong, opinion-wise.
I don't do a lot wrong.
Right, at least your ass crack every time.
Perhaps accidentally shown an ass crack here and there, but other than that, I don't do a lot wrong.
Okay,
I'm very proud. I'm very proud of all that I do.
I have one final question for you.
Yes.
Is your favorite book character Asgard?
No, my favorite broadcaster is not Asgard.
All right.
Thank you. What a terrible call. Michigan in the house. What's going on, Jay Rand? Where would you start with the Legion Omnibus? Okay. I think the Legion of Superheroes should start where DC Finest starts. I think it should start with issue with Superboy. If they started it with Superboy 195, all right? If they went with Superboy 195, that would be a great starting point for a Legion Omnibus. Take it from 195 up to like 230. That would be a fantastic first omnibus. But like I say, you can, if you read DC Finest, it's a good starting point. But I think that a Superboy in the Legion of Superheroes Bronze Age omnibus should start with issue 195, which is where Erg 1 tries to join the Legion. And because it's such a great story. Federico knows what I'm talking about, right, Freddie? Erg-1 tries to join the Legion, but he can only use his powers once. He can use his powers once. And something happens in that story that eventually it all comes around. But that's a great starting point. You got 195, 197. Then you get up to 200, which is the marriage between a bouncing boy and duo damsel, and you know what I mean. That'd be a great starting point for for Bronze Age Legion superheroes. I think that would be a great Legion omnibus, taking from 195 up to 230. And then you go, and then you take the next omnibus. It's when they change the name from Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes to just Legion of Superheroes. And Paul Levitz takes over all the writing. So, and then that eventually goes into the Great Darkness saga and all that stuff. So I think that should be a great second omnibus. And then the third omnibus would be the Baxter series, which would start at number 1 and go all the way, to the end of the Baxter series. Then you could do 5 years after, or 5 years later, since they've already made that. You'd have that out there. And then you get a reboot. Then you get a reboot during 5 years later. Then you get another reboot during 0 Hour. And then you get another rebate. Then you get another reboot later on. So it has been rebooted a bunch of times. But I love the Legion of Superheroes, and I'd love to see it properly. I would love to see it properly collected. Federico says, I clearly remember when I read that issue. I just bought it in Laredo, crossed to Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, and had to stop, read it on a bench on a plaza. Yes, it's a great issue where Erg-1 uses his powers once, and he can't use them again until he changes his name. He changes his name to Wildfire, but that's another story for another time. I think that would be a great. You see, Mr. Negative says the Erg-1 stories were the DC finest. Yes, I'm just saying that's where they should start the omnibus. Start the omnibus with issue 195 of Superboy, and then take it up to like 230 of Superboy and Legion of Superheroes. That would be my suggestion. Because if you read this DC Finest, you'll find out that's when the tone shifts and the stories get very good. It's right around 195. It really gets good. And I think that would be a great starting point for Legion of Superheroes. By the way, LP says that was a terrible call, and Ignatius Philip Freely, IP Freely, should be banned. Thank you, LP. We know exactly who that was, LP. The story where he comes back, I liked. Yes, when he comes back, it's a great story. And Mr. Negative, it wouldn't be that good of a story if you didn't have issue 195 happening so many issues back. You know what I mean? It's a great story because of what happens to him. But I loved that. I love that. It's something that made me big into Legion. So that's where they should start it. DC should put me in charge of the Legion of Superheroes collected editions. I would properly collect these for him. I would properly collect them. Of course, no one cares, but that's what I would do. That's what I would do. Anyway, I looked at the time. Oh my God, it's already after 7. You guys want to? Should we get somebody entered? By the way, we're over 5,000. We're over 5,000 subscribers. So, you guys, we will be giving away Secret Wars. We're giving away Secret Wars. We're giving away Secret Wars, guys. We're giving that away. Secret Wars will be given away. What you've got to do is, what you're going to have to do is comment on the Chubbyray comics. I'll show you the, let me show you. I will show you what video you have to comment on, all right? Find the video called I'm trying to find the name. I'm scrolling back trying to find it right now so I can give you the name. But the video is called like 5,000 subscribers or something. Comment on that video and I will draw the winner from that video. All right? That is a video from whence I will draw the winner. And that video was in, I don't even know what month that was. All right, 4,000 subscriber video was January 25th, so it's been since then. All right, let's figure this out. I'll find the video and I'll give you the date of it, okay? Let me look. I'm trying to find the date, and I'll give you the date, and then you guys watch that video and everybody comment. Because I'm pretty sure it happened. Didn't it happen in like, maybe it was later. I think it was called, oh, let me, I think it was 5,000. Okay, here we go, guys. All right. It's called Never Thought I'd Hit 4,000. Now this happens at 5,000. All right. Here you go. This is the video that you must comment upon. And I will show you the video. I will show you the video that you need to comment on. All right, here you go. Here you go, everybody. This is the video. Chubbyray Comics 4,000/5,000 giveaways. Go ahead and comment on this video. There's 212 comments now. Go ahead and comment on that video, and then I will pick one of the commenters from this video, and whoever I pick, you win Secret Wars. These Secret Wars, okay? There you go. Because we're over 5,000 subscribers. We are over 5,000. So go and find Chubbyray Comics 4,000, 5,000 giveaways and comment. Just comment. All you got to do is comment. That's all you have to do. Just comment on it. And I will randomly select. You know what I'll do is maybe I'll randomly select if Thunder wants to do it. Thunder. And if everybody's okay with it. I'll randomly pick 20 numbers. Then I'll go through the comments and pick 20 people. And then I'll give them to Thunder and have Thunder make a wheel. And we'll do like an elimination wheel. You guys like that? Federico said, the title of the video, never thought I hit 4,000. Now this happens at 5,000 was 2 months ago. I can't see the date. That's pretty freaking, it is pretty freaking cool, man. It is very cool. I can't believe this ever happened, guys. I just can't believe, I can't believe we got here. I'm just shocked by it. Comment, whatever, just comment. All you got to do is comment. Is everybody cool with me picking 20 people and then doing a wheel off? You know what I mean? So we've got 200 and some odd comments, but everybody go comment and we'll do an elimination wheel and we'll do it live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live on Chubbyray Comics, a live stream, and then we'll give it away to somebody. So it could be you. It could be you. Could be anybody listening to the show. Anybody. And we also have X-Men, The Hidden Years. We have X-Men, The Hidden Years. We have this. We're going to give this away through the Rice Krispies Cup. All right. And we also have X-Force Volume 1 Omnibus. This is going to a member. So, Chubbyray Comics YouTube page. If you are a member, you will be eligible to win the X-Force Omnibus. All right? The X-Force Omnibus. All right? You can win that if you are a member. If you're not a member, you're not going to be in that drawing because I will reach in to my member vat right here. I'll reach in. This is not for the winner, but I'll basically reach in and grab someone and say, all right, I just drew B. Mitch. All right. So B. Mitch, you would win. That's how easy it's going to be, guys. That's how easy it will be. Now, B. Mitch, I will double check that you are a member. All right. And if you still are, which I'm sure you are, but if you still are, you will then go. I'm going to put you in the Rice Krispie Bowl. I will put you in the Rice Krispie Bowl. So at least you're in the Rice Krispie Bowl for the X-Men Omnibus. All right. So B. Mitch, I'm putting you in. B. Mitch, because I used you as an example. But when we do the drawing, I will do the drawing for the winner of the X-Force Omnibus. All right. I will do that drawing live on the show for that person as well. So pretty cool. We're going to get B Mitch. I'm getting B Mitch put into the Rice Krispie Cup. All right. B Mitch. Now let me go ahead and draw. I'm going to draw some more, Tom. Let me draw some other entries. All right. We'll see who's going to get in. This is for the X-Men. This is for the X-Men Hidden Years. X-Men Hidden Years on this. All right. Here's who's got in. B Mitch just got put in. Los Master is getting put in. Frederico is getting put in. Rob Hopkins getting put in, or Rob Hopkins gets put in. And John Oakley gets put in. All right. Congrats to you guys for all getting put in. All right. All of you guys are in. What I do is I just drew. Now I'll make sure that you are all still members. And then we'll put you in. All right. And then we're going to do a member drawing and we'll also do a member drawing. We'll do a member drawing for the X-Force Volume 1. All right. And the member will win. So if you want to win that, make sure you're a member. Make sure you are a member, okay? Want to make sure everybody's in. Chris says, you had no problem picking my name for the trash can. Now Zippo. Well, we'll see. I don't know how long this is. This is not going to be very long. This is not going to be long. We'll get members and randos. Tom, let's do a rando. Let's give away randos. Get some randos in the Rice Krispie Cup. All right. Tom, over 25. Over 25 and under 100. Excuse me. 3, 2, 1. Start counting. Boy, it's raining like a son of a bitch out there. Wow. All right, I'm scrolling up, Tom. Once I get to the top, when I get to the top, I'll start scrolling down. I got some good super chats today. It's awesome. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the super chats. I love it. I see Gracie Patrick's super chat where he was telling me to throw the list away. That's why the show's going long. Because the super chats. You guys are awesome. Still scrolling up. We have a lot of comments on today's shows, guys. I love it. There's another Oni Baba Yaga and his super chat. Thank you, buddy. Still scrolling. Oh, there's another Oni Baba Yaga. Thank you, buddy. I love that. I'm almost there to the top. Almost there. And then I will start scrolling down. Oh, Tom just text. All right, here we go. Here we go, everybody. Tonight's sacrificial ritual is officially open. And one clueless rando is going straight into the Rice Krispies cup of death. They didn't get with Wes and Carl, but they still got crushed by a rigged avalanche of rogue omnibuses anyway. Why the distraction? Because Chubbyray is trying to cover up an X-Mansion giveaway that features a completely unauthorized fantasy encounter with Wonder Woman, Batgirl, and his own magnificent self. To hide the truth, Ray pinned a rigging scandal on Big Fetty and AC, triggering a wave of synchronized panic that practically screamed, "You're guilty!" Recipients were slapped down. The name searcher glitched harder than your mom at a Victorian funeral. And amidst screams of "not Ray's ass again" and Ray's 111th meltdown of "you didn't see my ass," the wheel has finally stopped. And the rando is to be named. And that rando is... Wes Wiggins. Wes Wiggins. Wes, you are in. Beneath you is Chris and Slasher. Above you is Wasabi and Los Master. All right, let's get all you guys in. All you guys are in. Congratulations. Very good. Let me get everybody in. Hold on. I'll get all you guys in. Remember, this is not going to be that long a time. We're not going to go that long with this one. So let me get Wes in. Wes Wiggins. Los Master. Los Master's getting in twice. Wasabi. Chris. And Slasher. All right. All right, here's the guys who got in. Federico, John Oakley, Rob Hopkins, Los Master, Slasher, Chris, Wasabi, Los Master, and Wes Wiggins. Everybody gets in. Congratulations. Congratulations to you guys who got in, all right? Awesome. There you go. You got in, Wes. Wes says he already got in. He's got this Omni, but he's done being nice. Well, if you win it, brother. You got in. You got in. I mean, last time Wes would have got in like 10 times, but every time he gave it away. I'd have won it and sell it. People were going to offer me for it. You know what I mean? You could have won it. You could have won the last one and maybe somebody trade you for it. You know what I mean? Give them a chance. Give people a chance to do nice stuff. By the way, you guys do know, AC knows, but you guys do know, right? I got a friggin' I'm not going to talk, but I got an email with someone saying, Ray, I think it's really shitty that you're giving AC the used copy of Detective. You guys do realize that I was joking, right? You realize that AC got the brand new copy of Detective. I mean, what kind of piece of shit do you think I am? It was insulting to me that someone would actually think that of me. You know what I mean? It was just by the way, written by someone who obviously had no sense of humor or no sense of theatrics with what goes on in this show. So yeah, somebody did actually complain about that and said, I'm never going to watch you again. I was like, F off. I'm so sick of bullshit like that. Why anyone would think that low of me. That's offensive. It's just offensive to me. It's offensive. The book, Carl donated the book. Of course, that's the book I gave. AC knew I was joking. I think most of you guys knew I was joking, but the person was so offended by it. They were so offended by thinking I actually did that. By the way, the reason that I put my book up here is because my book didn't have the wrapper on it, so it looked better on cam. By the way, if you look up, well, you can't, but if you looked up at the thing, you would see that my used copy is back up there. Yeah, it's just listen. In doing this show, I've been doing talk shows for a long time. There has to be theatrics. All right. It was just theatrics. I would never keep why would I keep the new one? That's stupid. Number one, that was Carl's. Carl donated that. I wouldn't do that. Carl's a buddy of mine. Carl's become a friend. He's become a friend, not just a viewer. So I would never do that to a friend. Number two, for anybody to actually take that as being serious, I was joking. I was just joking. And I read the other one. I want the one I read. You know what I mean? I want my book. So of course that's the one I kept. I gave the sealed one to AC. Well, I didn't. My wife wrapped it. I think all that stuff went out. I think that stuff went out today. So all the stuff that was bought or the stuff that was won, that all went out today. So Ross says I would take a free book sealed or open. Dude, it just no. If I tell you I'm giving away a book, that's the book I'm giving away. I'm not going to switch it out. It was offensive. It was offensive to me. I was offended that the person thought that, I was offended they actually thought that it was just offensive. Just offensive. And we'll leave it at that. By the way, Patreon exclusive video went up today about my DC finest. If you are a Patreon member of the show, you have seen it. There are more exclusive videos. There's another exclusive video coming up tomorrow. All right. As well as Trade Paperback Tuesday. Of course, I am finally talking about Batman Daylight. I will talk about this book. I have not talked about the book on the show. I'm waiting till the video goes out. Then I will talk about it. All right. But the video is going out tomorrow. Everybody, all my members will get it tonight. Members will get the video early tonight. And then we'll discuss it after. So I'll probably discuss on tomorrow's show. By the way, comics and tortillas. Comics and tortillas. I need a picture, man. I need a picture because I'm trying to do our I'm trying to do our thumbnail. Trying to do the thumbnail for our interview tomorrow. I need a picture of you. Hello, you're on Chubbyray Comics.
Hello, Ray. It is Tom.
Hello,
I have a
Tom.
quick question
How are you?
for you.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I got a question. Since I won the Patreon the other day, do you need my address again?
No, we had your address. My wife had it saved.
Okay.
We had it saved, buddy. Yours went out. Trust me, I would have texted you immediately if I did not have it.
This was a very fast show tonight.
I know it flew
It
by,
went
right?
fast. Yeah.
It flew
Crazy.
by.
Because it was a good show, that's why.
It was fun.
You had a good time, and time flies by fast.
It does when you know what? When we have good shows, it does fly by, man. I really enjoy it.
You had a good interview last week, and this week is who's the roundtable for tomorrow?
Tortillas.
Oh, that's going to be a really good one because
I
he's going to
know.
make you give away about 900 comics.
Well, I'm not going to let him talk me into giving anything away. We're going to find out. I want to find out his story about why he became a content creator. You know what I mean?
It's going to be fun. Yeah.
So it should be fun.
I started reading Redcoat.
And
I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Isn't it great?
It is great.
It's such a good story.
It is. And I can't wait to see this thing turned into a film.
Awesome. Yes.
It's going to look great.
That is good.
All right, my friend.
All right, partner.
I will let you get back to your show.
Later, Tom. I see what's included in being a member. I started watching. Thank you, Ephraim. Wes gave it. Yeah. Members get videos a day early and they get included in giveaway drawings. Yeah. And by the way, being a member means you'll get the Trade Paperback Tuesday video tonight. Everybody else will get it tomorrow. And I just drew people from this vat. These are all people who are members. That's who's in the hopper. And we do exclusive giveaways from the hopper, like the winner of this Omnibus X-Force Volume 1 will be someone who is a member. So if you're a member, you'll be eligible. So become a member just to be entered for this drawing because, man, this is a fun omnibus. It's a fun omnibus, and whoever wins it is going to be very, very happy. And that makes me feel good that I'm giving that away. All right. And there's no Batmobile. No matter what Gary D says, there is not a Batmobile. There's no Batmobile for members or anyone. By the way, I don't even want to ask the question, but do you guys think no, it's too confusing. I'm not gonna ask it because it's too confusing. I was gonna ask a question, but I'm like, it's confusing me. It is confusing me, so of course it would end up confusing everybody else. Oh well. Yeah. So I'm not gonna ask it. I wish I wouldn't even brought it up now. But I'm pretty stupid. How many members are we at? Let me check. Here's how many standing members. All right. At this point, at this time, membership for Chubbyray Comics is at 74 people. 74 people are members. So 1 in 74 chance of winning that omnibus. That's not bad, man. That's not bad. Get in. Get in for the membership, man. Get in for the membership because that's pretty good. There's only 74 members. Oh, there you go. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Ephraim. 75 now. All right, 75 is good. I will get Ephraim. Let me get you put in. I will get you put in to the vat. So that lets you at least get entered for the X-Men Hidden Years, because we'll be all day, all week long. I'll be drawing members to get entered into that Rice Krispies Cup. And then we'll do the drawing, and we will do the drawing for the X-Force very soon. So let me get Ephraim in. Ephraim Corpus, you're going in, brother. You are now in the vat. There we go. You're in, brother. Love it. Awesome. This is a good membership. You're going to really, I hope you're going to enjoy the show and the community as much. I think everybody enjoys the community. It really makes me happy. It makes me happy that we've created such a great community. It really, really is amazing. Gary D says he just finished letter 44 and he's starting Nightwing Compendium. Awesome. Gary D, did you love letter 44? Did you love it? It was fun, wasn't it? Wasn't it a great story? Wasn't it a great story? Wasn't it fantastic? I'd love to hear your thoughts, Gary. Oh, awesome, dude. Makes me happy because I love that compendium. And I love when I turn people on to it and they like it as well. No, and Ray is not giving away a Batmobile, and I'm not giving away the X Mansion. I'm giving away neither of those things. Gary, I'm leaning towards Green Lantern. I also have East of West, letter 44, Harold Connie, Ascender, Descender. I have not read either one of those. Black Science, I've read, and Rising Stars. Black Science, Rising Stars, and letter 44 are friggin' amazing. Amazing. Oh. How you doing, Monty? What's going on, brother? You guys are my road family. Being a truck driver on the road's very lonely, and you guys and my comics get me through it. That's awesome, brother. That is awesome. Hey, do you guys like, since I moved that shelf that was sitting, the shelf that was sitting right here is now gone. So this is for you guys to see the whole room. Do you like this view? Do you like the view? I hope you guys think it looks good. I think it looked good when I did it. I thought, boy, it looks pretty good. By the way, that was your guy. You guys were the ones that came up with that idea. Amazing view, but all my independents are in my other room. All my independents are in the other room. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you, Los. Los, I think you were the first one that mentioned it. You're the one that made me want to get rid of it. Everybody says, drive safe, Chris. I'm glad you guys like it. It is very open. Yeah. It makes me very happy. Very happy. And Patreon exclusive videos. There's Absolute Editions coming up. There's Star Wars Legacy or Star Wars Legends coming up. I got a bunch of Patreon exclusive videos coming up as well. Check them out and respond. I like the way that Wes and Federico, and I've had so many great commenters, so many awesome comments that I've gotten. Ace gave a good stuff. He gave me a full list of stuff I needed to get. That was awesome. Made me very happy. Wes answered my question about the Hulks, which was great. I just love it. This is the stuff I really enjoy. I love the communication from this room. It's really something. And I will do video of the Independence room. I look at Ray's setup and I think one thing, look out, Omar. No, man, Omar's got way more than I do. But I think I'm doing pretty good. You know what I mean? I think I'm doing good. Also, coming up next week, guys, remember next week's going to be book club. We got book club coming next week. Batman and Robin Year One. And somebody was going to, who was it that was going to buy this? Somebody was going to buy this. Let me know so I can get this out to you. All right. Lo says he's finished with it. He's ready for book club. Love it. That's great. Los says he loves it. Yeah, here's where I moved the shelf. I moved the shelf to right here, which is next to me, where I could still put, like, I've got my Funko Pop that Dan and Christina bought for me, which is really nice. I've got my Star Wars here. I got Red Coat down here, but that's getting ready to move. And I got my DC thing here, but I really can't put my Marvel stuff anymore because I don't have room for it. But yeah, I'll be able to put books up here to display. So yeah, I'm happy with, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. It looks good. The room is more full now. If I want to show you guys all my omnibuses, if I want to brag a little bit, I can show them off. When I get my new omnibuses, like, for example, I'll get Web of Spider-Man omnibus this week. And I have a spot saved for it, so I'll be able to put it in the slot, so I'm very happy with that. When my Daredevil books come out, I'm getting Daredevil volume... I'll get Daredevil volume 4. So I'll put it in that slot. Very excited about that. I get so excited when new omnibuses come out. When the omnibuses come out where I get to fill gaps. You know what I mean? Wes says he's very excited for Web of Spider-Man Volume 2. It feels like forever. I tell you, Wes, I think it's going to sell out pretty quick. I really do. LP says he's got to go. He's got to get home. His friends are watching the Knicks game, and I will almost certainly be unconscious for most of it. Awesome, brother. It's going to be fun. Next Tuesday says he's ready for book club. Can't wait. That'll be next Thursday, guys. We're going to have to figure out shipping and payment. Oh, Wasabi, it's you. All right, cool, buddy. Wasabi, yeah, I get Venmo, Cash App. I do Venmo, Cash App, Chime, and PayPal. Just let me know what you have, and I'll get it sent out to you. I'll get it sent to Pennsylvania. DC Finest, my focus. It's the one thing that I am trying to be diligent about. Yeah, I think I want to get all of them. So I should get with Adam first and see what he has what Adam has that I don't own. I'll try to go through him first. That's the plan anyway. But yeah, I think my room looks good. I really do. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out after you guys' suggestions. And I have my garbage can right here. where I could put in. I have my garbage can where I'll just go through names and I'll say LP, LP, Chris, Wes, AC. Didn't AC go in a bunch? Let me put some ACs in there. AC, Xbox by Degrees, and Cranable. There you go. I'm just getting ready. I'm just preparing, guys. Just preparing. It's next Thursday. It's next Thursday, right? Yeah, I think it's next Thursday, guys. Trash can fam, you know it, brother. Ray, do you have any DC compacts? No, I think DC compacts are great. DC compacts make me wish that I was 25 again, or that I was 35, because my eyes were good enough then to where I could get a DC compact. The problem now is, I mean, I'm in my 50s, so my eyes are not as good. Now, I could read comics without my glasses, thank God, because I'm nearsighted. But my eyes aren't good enough to be able to focus on a DC compact, which sucks, because I see those DC compacts come out. They're great stories for what, like $10 or whatever. Oh, it'd be awesome. No, I can only read the big ones. Ugh, the expensive ones. Yep. I have these are called thin billies from IKEA. And I just love them. I just love them, guys. They are fantastic. Farsighted says it's difficult for me just reading normal comics. I'm legally blind. It's a lot easier to read digital these days. I can pinch it. Yeah. If you have bad eyesight, it's easier. You're right. He's right. Farsighted is right. It's easier to increase the size on a digital. DC compacts are great for travel. I bet they are, but so are Epic. Like when I go on vacation, I always grab a couple Epic collections or a DC Finest. Those are great travel books too. All right, Los Masters, he posted. You guys want to see some hauls? We'll do a couple hauls, then I gotta get out of here because I gotta edit down the Trade Print Back Tuesday video. All right. Let's see some hauls. Is this Chewy Queso? All right, here's Chewy Quesos. Jurgens, Superman, Volume 1. Oh, that's awesome. I was thinking of reading that. I got to read that one. JLA by Grant Morrison. Awesome. Ultimate Spider-Man, Volume 1. Very nice. Amazing Spider-Man by Nick Spencer, Volume 1 and 2. Awesome. Uncanny X-Men by Kieran. Oh, God. Uncanny X-Men by Kieran Gillen is friggin' phenomenal. Wolverine and the X-Men by Jason Aaron is friggin' phenomenal. Uncanny X-Men by Brian Michael Bendis is very good. You got a great haul. There's a great haul there. Great haul, Queso. Hello. Great haul. All right, here's Frederico's. You guys want to see Frederico's? Here's Frederico's haul. Elseworld Superman Omnibus. Batman by Paul Dini omnibus. Batman Eternal omnibus. Very nice. He's got the Red Shirts paperback, which I loved. Noctera, I haven't read any of that. Mr. Miracle, love that. World's Finest, that is fantastic. World's Finest is great. Suicide Squad, Get Joker. Oh my God, I've never read that. Legion of Superheroes, which I know this is good. That's When Evil Calls. That's a great book. That is, I don't know what Batman is that. I'm not sure what Batman that is, but that's the old logo. So that's probably some Bronze Age Batman. And then you got Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's a nice haul, brother. Nice haul. Here's Xbox by Degrees, guys. Xbox by Degrees has Geiger, Deluxe Edition 2, Janice Vell, Captain Marvel by Peter David, Helen of Windhorn. I've only heard great things about that book. I do not have it. Green Arrow. Is that Golden Age Green Arrow? That's art by Jack Kirby. Wow, look at that. Birds of Prey by Kelly Thompson. This is really good. Spider-Man Noir. I have not read that. Eric Larson. I've heard it's good. Oh, he's got that's a paperback. Spider-Man Daylight, Batman Daylight. And oh God, I love this Green Arrow Trial of Two Cities. Oh, that is phenomenal. That is a nice haul there, brother. Very, very nice haul. Xbox by Degrees. Way to go. And then we see Los. Los has got Batman Detective by Tomasi. Batman New 52 by Tony S. Danielle, Jason Fabak. Oh my God, that is the art in that New 52 Detective Omnibus Volume 1 is so good. And he's got the Francis Manipal, Brian Bucoletto Volume 2. I have not gotten mine yet. And he's got Batgirl Returns by Gail Simones. Dude, that's awesome. He's got The Incredible Hulk by Peter David. That's volume. What volume is that? And Incredible Hulk are the Monster Returns Hulk direct market cover. Way to go, Los. That's a nice haul, brother. That's looking really good. Holy crap. Jay Riff got some good books. He's got Invincible Iron Man by Fraction and La Roca. Fantastic Four, Whatever Happened to the Fantastic Four by Ryan North. That's very good. Power Man and Iron Fist Epic Collection. That's very good. Dude, that's a nice haul. Especially this book. This book, that's fantastic. And the Ryan North Fantastic Four is really good too. Very good. I think we saw these other ones. We saw the other ones the other night. We're getting a new collection. Any new collection photos up? No, it looks like the same ones. All right. We'll keep putting them up, guys. Keep putting them up. I love looking at hauls and collections. Oh, man. Federico says, I don't own any of those 3 Detective Omnibus. One day. Yeah. Dude, that new 52... That new 52 run is awesome, brother. Very jealous. I've got the slot waiting for me to get my new 52 volume 2. You could see it. You could see it's waiting. I'm all the way there at the end. All the way. All the way, brother. Check it out. Oh, yeah. There it is. And it's right there. That's where New 52 Volume 2 is going to go. That's going to be awesome. Love it. Love it. That is fantastic. Fantastic, brother. That is amazing. So I cannot wait until I get my Detective Comics New 52 Volume 2. The Dose. Cannot wait for that. All right, guys. Wes says he's got New 52 Detective and trades and hardcovers. He has Tamasi and Tamaki. Oh, my God. Mariko Tamaki's. Oh, my God. Mariko Tamaki's fantastic. I love Mariko Tamaki's. Mariko Tamaki's Detective is so good, you guys. Do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor and get that book. Gary D says he'll be putting up a haul when his Green Lantern, Green Arrow omnibus gets in. Dude, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait, man. I love it. I love doing haul photos. Haul photos and collection photos. Put collection photos up too, guys. I love collection photos. In fact, I'm gonna do a picture of this room and put a photo up. Just because I'm so proud, I'm so happy, so proud of it. You know what I mean? Let me put a haul video. Let me put a collection photo up. I'm gonna put these photos up. I'll put these photos up on Discord right now under the collections. I'm gonna put them up in the collections. All right, so you guys can see. I'm gonna put these photos up. Love it. Chubbyray updated omnibus room. And now I'm going to put the pictures up. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I just put new pictures up. in the collections under Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord, join the Discord page. Or if you're not a member of the Chubbyray Patreon page, it's only $1. Join the Patreon page. It's just $1. Go there for exclusive videos and pictures. You will love it. Okay. By the way, Wasabi says you should definitely do a rating my viewers' comic collections video. Videos like those do serious numbers. Maybe I will. Yeah. Wesley's got to figure out a video going through his collection. Absolutely. Just use your phone, man. Gary D says, my overspending on omnibus is Ray's fault. I'm a victim. Oh, love it. Chewy Case says, loves that Batman reading order. I love it, dude. I just started coming up with an X-Men reading order. So I've got to refile all my X-Men books. I'm going to redo all my X-Men books. So that's coming very soon. All right, guys, I got to wrap up the show. Because I got to get videos. I got the NBA finals to watch and I got videos to edit. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Join me and Comics and Tortillas on Roundtable. And then, of course, we'll take comic questions at the end of the show. You guys know you're the best, the greatest audience on the internet right now. The audience of Chubbyray Comics. You guys are fantastic. I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. And be safe and read some comics. Get some reading in. See you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.